America the Beautiful? I don't think so. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, August the 13th, my anniversary. What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and sorry for missing a couple of days during the week, but I was at a convention, a gambler's convention with my son, and of course we got to meet Billy Walters, who one of the greatest gamblers of all time, and many of the bookmakers. I had a great time at the Hall of Fame ceremonies, but also got a chance to talk to a lot of people from all over the country, and I think we're in agreement to a man and woman that America is no longer the America the Beautiful, it is now America the Ugly, as we continue to watch President Biden destroy this country one piece at a time. And if you remember the home of the free and the land of the brave, well, we're still the land of the brave. Home of the free, not so much. Okay, the overall destruction of freedom, the overall destruction of free speech, the overall destruction of what we're able to do is going rapidly bye-bye. And we have the influx of illegal immigration, and now, of course, Mayor Adams in New York is worried about how he's going to support them all, and I want to know what the fuck are they doing there. Okay, send them back where they belong. Okay, people do not belong in this country illegally, especially if we're paying for it. Okay, I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of paying for illegal immigration. I am sick and tired of giving benefits to people that scam the system, that use our emergency rooms as doctors. Okay, send them back to where they belong and let them come into the country legally. All you really have brought in is slave traffickers, child traffickers, drug dealers. I mean, what are we doing here? Okay, is this the country that you want? Is this where you want to be in America? You know, we watch this party, this administration, destroy this country. Now, again, the Republicans are not innocent here. They have their own issues. But you're watching the overall destruction of what was once the greatest country in the world. And you can say that it is still the greatest, but it really is not. We are going backwards. We are catching the competition by backing up instead of moving forward. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to move forward. I want this to be the land of the free and the home of the brave and America the Beautiful. And I want my kids and my grandchildren, as well as your kids and grandchildren, to have a better place to come to, not this shithole that we are now developing here, okay, with exactly what you're watching, and the destruction of the middle class, the destruction of the opportunity for capitalism, the destruction to improve yourself through your career. To me, we are not on the right direction. We are as far on the wrong direction as we can possibly get. And never forget what the left and what this administration did during COVID. Never forget how they destroyed every small business that was around, but allowed Walmart and those to stay open. Never forget that Nancy Pelosi, as she's yelling about you wearing a mask and your beauty shop or barber shop is closed down, but yet she is getting her hair done without a mask against the law, but nobody cares. So do you think it's about time you started to care about what the fuck was going on around you? Do you think it's about time you started to think about the things that are happening in this country and quit hiding your head in the sand and deciding that because it doesn't directly affect you, that it's not a problem? You know, problems do get there, okay? And if you live in California, you got to be thrilled that, of course, your budget now is over 70% going for illegals. And what are those illegals being allowed in for? Because many states in this country you can walk into without an ID, register to vote, and vote. And who do you think they're voting for? The people that let them in for free. Okay? Now, you can think that we're in great shape, but of course, as we move into and start actually preparing for 2024, Social Security payments are not going to have enough increase to keep up with the pace of inflation. They haven't for many years, but it's going to be a dramatic difference in the 2024. And all because you've got a moron as a Fed chair and a moron as a president that continue to believe that hiking rates into a recession is the key to success. Now, we all know that is not the key to success. The key to success is to let business decide and to let free markets decide and to quit with their hiking interest rates. Now, you're going to see 10-year notes at 6%. You're going to see mortgages at 10% before years out. How do you think that's going to affect the overall economy? You want to worry about climate change. And the big climate change bullshit is getting to a point where the annoyances and the lies are mounting. Okay. Now again, you believe in climate change, I don't have a problem with it. But right now, all we're doing now is flushing money down the toilet for nothing so that the Bidens and such and lobbyists can take it. Okay. Hunter Biden, you remember the movie It's a Wonderful Life? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Well, in this case, every time the Biden family gets a little bit of an investigation, Trump gets an indictment. I don't know about you, but whether you hate Trump, you like Trump, but his treatment has been extremely unfair. Like him or not, you cannot like the treatment because, someday it could be you who is being abused and pushed around only with one idea intact, is to keep you out of running for office. And of course, are we in a recession? Well, we have a jobs number that was bullshit, okay? But the easiest way to tell about jobs is what are the tax receipts? And the tax receipts continue to fall, okay? They were very high, now they are very low. And what does that mean? That means that government is not having enough money to steal, okay? Which means that government is going to have to find other places to raise money, which means that your taxes are probably going higher, okay? And make no mistake, okay? Government does not create anything but debt, okay? And the taxpayer is the one who gets to service that debt. So think about the lack of revenue coming in from taxes, which means that there's a lack of people working, which means that you're going to get a bigger bill at some point. Okay. And, the rhetoric on the Russian sanctions, it makes me want to puke. Okay. India is consuming 11 times more oil from Russia, exposing the ineffectiveness of the Western sanctions. The climate change experts in the UK are falling apart. They are running away from the climate accord. They are running away from what they see because they know that it is now becoming total bullshit. Okay? And I think that one of the biggest things that you have to worry about today is not even inflation anymore, it's deflation. Now, last week we had a CPI report and a PPI report. And of course, they showed a 3% CPI. Now, does anybody really believe that it's only 3% when the average American household is spending 20% more this year than last year? Think about how they come up with these numbers. Think about the ignorance and how they treat you like you're stupid. Okay? I mean, they're giving you a line of bullshit and pretending like you're stupid, like you don't have a clue, which is another reason why we have to stand together as Americans, because whatever you are, you should be an American first. And I'm sick and tired of watching the destruction of my country. I'm sick and tired of watching people ignore the problems that are right in front of them. We watch the violence, we watch the garbage, and that's all being perpetrated by the left. Okay, a lot of these things are done intentionally, and I think it's a shame. I think it is sad. As an American, I am ashamed at what I am watching in this country. But we'll have more about that in our commentary. But overall, as you look at the business climate and you see that, forget about the big story today is the dollar amount of credit card debt. Let's not fool ourselves. The dollar amount is immaterial because that goes up with inflation. Okay, I mean, when I started trading, it was 800. It's 35,000 now. So but the amount of people that are at max on their credit card is a scary, scary thought. And that's the problem we should be thinking about, because what's going to happen is they're going to have to pay all that money back at usury rates. And remember, those of you stuck in credit card debt, credit card debt is not dischargeable by bankruptcy. Of course, the powerful credit card lobbies got that done many, many years ago. In the meantime, it's an interesting week. It's an interesting times. And we as Americans have to step up and do something about it. But it really comes back to it's up to you. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, August the 13th, my anniversary. In the meantime, let's stop out over break. We'll be right back with more of Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, what's up? Well, markets are crazy, but we do have some great solutions for you. And of course, the first part is brokers. Now we have many brokers, but the two we recommend the best: Capital Trading Group for futures and commodities. They do by far the best job, the best customer service. And of course, we're partners with them on a couple of products. Check them out, info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, for equities and options, trade your brokerage, $10 a month. How can you pass that up? I still don't get it. Check them out, try.trader.com/Bubba. And we give you the option to automate our stuff, okay, at no extra cost through Trader, okay. Try.trader.com/Bubba. And both are scrolling on the sides if I speak too fast. And of course, our high school program, we're trying, but what does that tell you about this country when I can't get teachers that want to teach? Okay, let's just keep paying them, give them tenure, and leave them there, firing them all. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. Tom Bubba Horowitz. Let's get back to our market report right now. Well, where are we? And welcome back. I tell you something, I don't know where we are, but, basically we go from week to week. What did we see? We saw a market that basically did nothing, okay? Virtually a flat market with the exception of the Dow. They're all pretty much unchanged. The Dow was higher, which again, I tell you is not a bullish sign. It is more bearish than bullish because that's where safety money goes. In the meantime, we are short the NASDAQ. We are short the S&P. We are long the Dow, and we are long the Russell, okay? And as we look through the rest of the board of what happened and what we expect, the dollar, which we no longer trade, we would be long, and it was higher, but we do no longer trade it. The euro currency got hammered. We are short it and will obviously remain so. Bitcoin is, flat to higher. We are still long. Bonds and notes got hammered. And of course, we are short both bonds and notes. In the metals, gold continues to struggle. We are short. Silver continues to struggle. We are short. And platinum has got down to that 900 level, which I told you I was going to buy, and I did, and it's popping up once again. But we don't trade anymore, but we are short gold and silver. Natural gas is, had a fairly reasonable, rally for the week. It looks like it wants to try to break to the next levels. We're still long. Crude oil continues to pop. And remember a few weeks ago when it was 77, I told you it's going to 82.20. Well, now it's 83.20. And it looks like it wants to go even higher from here. We are still long, and I would expect this rally to continue, and I would expect Saudi Arabia, if the oil rally doesn't continue, to cut production once again. In the grain markets, we are short across the board, and they had a rough week. Kind of sad because it's creating the deflationary scenario. Corn looks like it might be breaking to the downside. Beans are still kind of holding up, but working lower, and wheat's right on support. At the end of the day, again, I'm short them in our portfolios. I do own some, like in my own silo, because I do believe they're going to go higher, but obviously the trend is dramatically lower. In the meats, cattle, fats, and feeders, we're both, pretty much flattish to slightly higher. Look, again, I'm a seller. We don't trade them anymore, but based on price, I'm just purely a seller if I were going to trade them. And hogs were, a little bit, flattish for the week as well. I'm short them. Just again, we would be long them, but I'm short them. We don't trade them anymore, but I think that the prices are ridiculous. Okay, and in the softs, cocoa we reversed to short, but had a nice little run. Cotton we're long, which was running higher. Sugar we're short, which is flat. OJ we're long, which was higher, and coffee is dead flat. So we're in pretty good shape. Had a pretty good week. Again, I urge you to be very careful. These markets are extremely challenging. There is not a lot of movement going on right now. There is not a lot of activity. So the price action is pretty brutal. So just be careful. And of course, remember that we do trade live every day. If you ever want to look to becoming a member, we trade futures every day live for an hour. So check us out. Just email me. And in the meantime, we're going to take out our second break here and come back with, of course, my commentary right here on Bubba's Bottom Line on Sunday, August the 13th. Well, kids, again, I'm not going to go through the whole stuff, but in the meantime, we've got three major sponsors: Trader Brokerage, Capital Trading Group, and TargetTrading.co, all scrolling on the sides. Check them out. Again, I vetted them, and again, hey, if they don't work for you, it's no big deal. I just want you to have the best opportunity for success. And of course, our high school program, which is scrolling on the bottom. We're trying. We got 6 months to go to try to get this thing back up and running. We'd appreciate your help if you got it. If not, hey, we understand. And of course, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and of course, my commentary. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Todd Bubba Horowitz, and of course, it is Sunday, August the 13th. You know, I tell you, I said this earlier, and I'm saying it again. You're not a Republican. You're not a Democrat. You're an American first, okay? And if you're going to let this country fall into the hands of shit, if you're going to let the Megan Rapinoes of the world lead us, that kneel during the national anthem as I represent the United States of America, if you're going to continue to let the persecution of President Trump, even though we know Hunter Biden is guilty of sin, and also his father is guilty of sin, okay? And we're going to continue to do this. It means you don't love America. It means you hate America. Now, again, we are so close to turning into a communistic country and a Marxist country that you have no idea. And if you allow it to happen, it will happen, and there will be no turning back. And of course, this is always the danger of great empires. And that always comes to play somewhere in the 250-year mark, which is exactly where we are. But if you love America the way I do, you will do something about it or make an attempt to do something about it. If you don't, then you'll end up living in a communistic country and you'll be under the rule of China or somebody like them. And to me, it's a very sad state of affairs that we as Americans hide our heads in the sand and ignore the very facts that this administration is trying to steal this country and trying to destroy this country just by everything that they do, that really is just creating more votes for them to not only try to steal election, but to build a base of illegal votes to keep them in power. You know, if you love America, you got to wonder about what they're doing, whether you be a Republican or a Democrat. This is Bubba's Bottom Line, Todd Bubba Horowitz. It is Sunday, the 13th of August. Have a great day. And football season is around the corner as the preseason has started. We'll see you back here tomorrow with Bubba's Daily Update. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.